Chapter 1. The day I decided to become the bad guy. The rain is cold, but it feels good. It hides the tears I refuse to let fall. I stand outside the gate, soaked, clutching the divorce papers I printed at the office. 3 years. 3 whole years of being invisible in my own marriage. I take a deep breath, shove the papers into my coat, and push the gate open. Inside, the mansion is too quiet. I kick off my wet shoes, grab the bottle of Baijiu from the cabinet, and drink straight from it. The burn helps. I need to smell like a mess when she sees me. Lin Yuan? Is that you? Her mother's sharp voice cuts through the hallway. I ignore her and stumble toward the living room. There it is, Xia Qingqing's favorite crystal vase, the one her grandmother gave her. I hate that thing. It's the only thing in this house she ever touched with soft hands. I swing my arm. 1,000 pieces scatter across the marble. What are you doing? Madame Xia screams, rushing in. Have you lost your mind? I laugh, loud and ugly. Mind? I lost that the day I married into this family. Footsteps on the stairs. Slow, controlled. Xia Qingqing appears at the top, still wearing her work suit, hair perfect even after a 12-hour day. She looks down at me like I'm dirt. Explain yourself, she says, voice ice. I sway, pretending the alcohol hit harder than it did. Explain? Sure what? I'm celebrating. Been celebrating for months, actually. Madame Xia gasps. How dare you speak to Qingqing like that? I point at her. Shut up, old woman. I'm tired of your mouth. Qingqing walks down the stairs, each step slow. Lin Yuan, you're drunk. Drunk and honest, I sneer. Finally honest. You want the truth? I've been sleeping with someone else. For 6 months. She's warmer than you ever were. The lie tastes like poison, but I keep going. Madame Xia clutches her chest. You cheating dog. I knew you were trash. Qingqing stops 3 steps away. Her face doesn't change, but her fingers curl tight around the railing. Say that again, she whispers. I laugh harder. You heard me. I found someone who actually wants me in her bed. Someone who doesn't treat me like a stray she picked up by mistake. I pull out my phone, open the fake text thread Sue may help me make, and shove it toward her. Read it. Read how she begs for me. Something you never did. Madame Xia snatches the phone. Her eyes go wide. Disgusting. Qingqing, divorce him tonight. I turn to Qingqing, waiting for the explosion. Waiting for her to scream, to slap me, to throw the papers at my face and tell me to disappear forever. But she doesn't. She just stares. Her eyes are red. Not angry, red like she's been crying upstairs. That can't be right. Qingqing, her mother snaps. Say something. Qingqing's voice comes out small. Broken. Get out. I blink. What? Get out. She doesn't yell. She barely breathes it. My chest cracks open. This is what I wanted, right? Her hating me. Her letting me go. So why does it hurt so bad? I force the ugliest grin I can. Finally. Took you long enough. I grab my coat, stumble toward the door. Behind me, Madame Xia is still shouting, but Qingqing says nothing. At the doorway I pause just for a second. I want to turn around. I want to fall on my knees and beg her to let me stay, to let me love her the way I always have. Instead I laugh again, loud enough for the whole house to hear. Don't worry, wife. I'll send someone to pick up my trash later. I step back into the rain. The door closes behind me. And I finally let the tears mix with the water on my face. She told me to get out. Mission accomplished. So why do I feel like I just died? Chapter 2. She heard everything. I woke up with the taste of last night's whiskey still burning my throat. The house was too quiet. I dragged myself downstairs, expecting Qingqing to already be gone for work like always. She was sitting at the dining table. She never sits there. Her fingers were wrapped around a coffee cup, but she wasn't drinking. Her eyes were fixed on the table like it had insulted her. Morning, I muttered, heading for the fridge. She flinched. Actually flinched. I stopped. What's wrong with you? Nothing, she said too fast. Her voice sounded raw. I shrugged and grabbed the orange juice. In my head I let out a tired laugh. Finally, she'll divorce me today. I made myself disgusting enough. Just sign and let me disappear. The cup slipped from her hand. Coffee and broken porcelain everywhere. Ching Ching stared at me, eyes wide, lips shaking. What did you just say? I frowned. I didn't say anything. You did. She stood up so fast the chair fell back. You said, finally she'll divorce me. My blood turned cold. I thought it. I didn't say it out loud. She took one step back, hand over her mouth. Stay out of my head, Lin Yuan. What the hell are you talking about? She turned and almost ran upstairs. I heard the bedroom door slam. I stood there like an idiot, heartbeat pounding in my ears. That night I came home late on purpose. I left my phone on the counter, screen unlocked, right where she always puts her keys. Su Mei had helped me make the fake chat. Some girl named Baby R sending hearts and hotel addresses. All fake. All perfect. I walked into the living room pretending to be drunk again. Ching Ching was on the couch, my phone in her hand. Her face was white. Perfect. She saw it. I dropped my jacket on the floor. Oops. She stood up slowly. Who is she? Who is who? I gave her the ugliest smirk I could. Don't touch my stuff. Answer me. Her voice cracked. Who is this woman you're meeting tomorrow night at the Royal Hotel? Who do you love? I laughed, loud and mean. Nobody you know. Her hand shot out and grabbed my collar. She pulled me so close I could feel her shaking. Tell me her name, Lin Yuan. I looked down at her fingers twisting my shirt. My chest hurt so bad I almost couldn't breathe. Sign the papers already, Ching Ching. Please. Just hate me and let me go. Her knees buckled. She held up the phone with the fake chat. This is fake too, isn't it? Tell me. I swallowed hard. Believe whatever you want. Lin Yuan. She threw the phone at my chest. It hurt. Look at me and say you don't love me anymore. I opened my mouth. Nothing came out. She waited. Tears rolled down her cheeks. I turned away. I'm going to take a shower. Run away then, she said behind me, voice breaking. Keep running. But I hear you. I hear everything you're too scared to say. I walked up the stairs, legs heavy. Behind me she spoke so softly I almost missed it. I heard you cry in the guest room last night. You said my name 23 times. I stopped on the top step, gripping the railing so hard my knuckles went white. She wasn't supposed to care. She wasn't supposed to hear any of it. Chapter 3, The Doctor's Impossible Words. The car door slammed harder than necessary. Ching Ching didn't look at me once on the drive. I stared out the window, heart pounding, wondering why the hell she suddenly cared about my headaches. Get out, she said when we reached the hospital parking lot. Her voice was ice. I followed her inside like a dog waiting to be kicked. The neurology floor smelled like bleach and fear. A nurse called my name, Lin Yuan, and Ching Ching's grip on her purse tightened. Dr. Zhao greeted us with a polite smile. Mrs. Xia, Mr. Lin, please sit. Ching Ching sat first. I took the chair beside her, close enough to feel her shake. So, Dr. Zhao said, opening my file, the scan shows a small benign tumor pressing on the frontal lobe. We'll remove it next Thursday. Simple surgery, 1 night in hospital. I nodded. Thanks, document. Ching Ching's voice cut in sharp. Will there be side effects? Dr. Zhao glanced at her, then at me, then back at her. For Mr. Lin? Minimal. For others, he lowered his voice. Mrs. Xia, can we speak privately for a moment? My stomach dropped. Ching Ching stood without looking at me. Wait outside, Lin Yuan. I walked into the hallway feeling like a criminal. 10 minutes later the door opened. Ching Ching stepped out, face white, eyes red. She didn't say a word, just started walking. I hurried after her. In the elevator she finally spoke. Why didn't you tell me your head hurt so much? I laughed, bitter. Would you have cared 3 weeks ago? She flinched like I slapped her. Answer me. I thought you wanted me gone, I said. Didn't think my headaches were part of the divorce package. Her phone buzzed. She ignored it. The elevator doors opened and she practically ran to the car. That night I sat in the living room pretending to work. Ching Ching stood by the window, arms wrapped around herself. "Come here," she said suddenly. I walked over. "What?" "Look at me." Her voice cracked. "Think something. Anything." I frowned. "What kind of game is this?" "Just do it." I sighed. "Fine." In my head I screamed, "I never cheated on you. I made it all up because I love you and I'm tired of being invisible." Her knees buckled. She grabbed the couch to stay upright. Tears spilled down her cheeks. "Ching Ching? You really think that?" she whispered. "Every word." I froze. "How did you?" She laughed, but it sounded broken. "The surgery. They opened something they shouldn't have. I can hear everything, Lin Yuan. Every thought within 10 meters. Yours the loudest." My blood turned to ice. She stepped closer. "I heard you in the hospital corridor thinking at least after next week she'll finally be free of me. I heard you in the car thinking I just want her to hate me cleanly." "Stop," I said, backing away. "I heard you last night thinking I'd rather die than let her see me cry again." "Stop it," I shouted. She grabbed my shirt. "I heard Lu Zhen thinking how he's going to frame you next month. I heard my mother thinking I should have married him years ago. And I heard you," her voice broke completely. "I heard you thinking you still love me even after everything I did." I couldn't breathe. She let go and sank to the floor. "I'm a monster," she sobbed. "I treated you like trash and you were protecting me." I knelt in front of her, hands shaking. "How long will it last?" "Dr. Zhao says a few weeks. Maybe less." She looked up, mascara running. "I don't want to hear your thoughts anymore, Lin Yuan. They hurt too much." I wanted to touch her face, but I didn't. "Then you know I never wanted the divorce. I just wanted you happy." She cried harder. "You idiot. You absolute idiot." For the first time in 3 years, Xia Qingqing cried in front of me, and every tear was because she finally heard the truth screaming inside my head. Chapter 4. The Truth Bleeds Out. The study door slammed so hard the windows shook. I looked up from the couch and Qingqing was already inside, locking the door behind her. Her eyes were red, cheeks wet, chest heaving like she'd run all the way from the hospital. "You liar," she whispered, voice cracking. "You filthy, stupid liar." I stood slowly, heart pounding. "Qingqing, listen." "No," she stepped closer, tears falling fast. "You listen to me, Lin Yuan. I heard you. Every single word in that ugly head of yours." I froze. She laughed, but it sounded broken. "You thought I never cheated on her. Not once." "Say it out loud." "Say it." My mouth opened, nothing came out. "Say it," she screamed. "But I never cheated," I rasped. "Not once." Her hand flew to her mouth, muffling a sob. "You thought I just wanted her to hate me enough to let me go." "But why would you want me to hate you?" "Because you never looked happy." The words tore out of me. 3 years, Qingqing. 3 years of cold good mornings and sleeping on opposite sides of the bed. Your mom called me trash every day. You let her. She flinched like I'd hit her. "I thought if you hated me, you'd finally be free," I said, voice shaking. "I thought that's what you wanted." She stared at me, tears dripping off her chin. "You thought I wanted to be free of you?" "Yes." "You idiot." She grabbed my shirt with both fists. "I heard everything else too. I heard you remember our wedding night. How I cried in the bathroom because Mom threatened to ruin your life if I didn't marry you. I heard you remember the first time I smiled at your stupid breakfast. I heard you think, she's so beautiful when she's not pretending to hate me. My knees almost gave out. She'll eat something warm. I heard you cry in the shower so I wouldn't hear. Do you know how that feels? To realize the man I..." She stopped, biting her lips so hard it turned white. "Say it," I begged, voice cracking. "Please, Qingqing. Say the rest." She let go of my shirt and covered her face. The man I fell in love with was suffering because of me and I was too proud to fix it. The room spun. I grabbed the desk to stay standing. "I thought you didn't want me," I said, barely a whisper. "I thought you were playing a long game," she answered, voice small. "I thought if I let my guard down, you'd take the company and leave. Mom kept saying it. Lu Zhen kept saying it. I was stupid. I stepped forward. She didn't move away. I'm sorry, I said. I'm so sorry I made you hate me on purpose. I never hated you, she cried. I hated myself for needing you. Silence. Only our breathing and the rain against the window. Then she looked up, eyes fierce through the tears. No more pretending. No more acting cold. No more divorce papers. Promise me. I promise, I said without thinking. She crashed into me, arms around my neck, face buried in my shoulder. I held her so tight I felt her heartbeat against mine. Don't ever leave me again, she mumbled into my shirt. Even if I'm mean. Even if I'm proud. Stay and fight for me next time. I will, I whispered into her hair. I swear I will. She pulled back just enough to look at me. I love you, Lin Yuan. I should have said it first. I'm sorry. I couldn't stop the tears anymore. I love you too. So much it's stupid. She laughed through her crying and kissed me, soft, desperate, real. For the first time in 3 years, my wife kissed me like she meant it. And I knew nothing would ever be the same. Chapter 5. The real villain shows his face. I stood outside the glass doors of the executive floor, holding the coffee Qingqing asked for. The cup was still hot, but my hands felt ice cold. Lu Zhen's voice drifted through the gap. Qingqing, you can't seriously believe Lin Yuan's story about mind reading. A brain tumor? Temporary powers? Come on, it's the perfect lie to make you feel sorry for him. Qingqing's reply was low. I heard his thoughts, Jin. Every single one. Lu Zhen laughed, sharp and nervous. You heard what he wanted you to hear. He's playing you. He's been playing all of us for 3 years. I pushed the door open. Both of them turned. Lu Zhen's smile didn't reach his eyes. Coffee's here, I said, placing it on the desk. Lu Zhen didn't even look at the cup. Perfect timing. Tell your wife the truth, Lin Yuan. Tell her how you made up the whole mind-reading thing to cover your affair. I stared at him. I have no affair. He stepped closer. Then why does your phone have messages from a woman named Mei Ming at 2 in the morning? I saw them. My stomach dropped. Those were the fake texts I staged weeks ago, before everything exploded. Qingqing's eyes flicked to me. She looked confused. Qingqing, those messages were... Lu Zhen cut me off. Save it. Everyone's downstairs right now. Let's ask the board who they believe. He grabbed my arm and pulled me toward the conference room. I could have fought, but I didn't. I was tired. The second the doors opened, 20 pairs of eyes turned. Mother-in-law stood at the head of the table, arms crossed. Madame Xia's voice cracked like a whip. Lin Yuan, did you hit my daughter? I blinked. What? Don't lie, she shouted. Lu Zhen told us everything. You've been abusing Qingqing for months. You made up this ridiculous mind-reading lie so she wouldn't leave you. Gasps filled the room. Phones came out. Someone started recording. I looked at Qingqing. She stood beside her mother, face pale, lips pressed tight. Say something, I begged inside. Please tell them it's not true. She stayed silent. My chest caved in. See? Even now she chooses them. Lu Zhen smirked. Qingqing, tell them. Tell them how scared you've been. Mother-in-law marched over and slapped me hard across the face. The sound echoed. You worthless dog, she screamed. 3 years you lived off my family, and this is how you repay us? My cheek burned. Blood filled my mouth. I didn't move. Another director muttered, call security. Get him out. I looked at Qingqing again. Tears shone in her eyes, but she still didn't speak. I laughed once, short, broken. Fine. Believe what you want. I turned to leave. The room erupted behind me, shouts, cameras flashing. Then her voice, small but clear, cut through everything. Stop. Everyone froze. Qingqing stepped forward. Her hands shook, but her eyes were locked on Lu Zhen. You said Lin Yuan hits me, she said slowly. Tell me, Lu Zhen, when did that happen? Lu Zhen smiled easily. Last month. You cried in my office, remember? You told me. I never cried in your office, she whispered. I never told you anything like that. He opened his mouth, closed it. She took another step. Right now, you're thinking, she can't possibly know about the Cayman account. Aren't you? Lu Zhen went white. Qingqing's voice rose. You're thinking about the 300 million you moved last quarter. You're thinking if I know that, I know everything. The room went dead silent. She turned to her mother. And you, Mom, you're thinking I'm crazy for defending the man you hate. But you're also scared I'll find out you knew about Lu Zhen's plan from the beginning. Madame Xia stumbled back. Qingqing, what? Qingqing looked at me. Tears rolled down her cheeks. I heard him, Yun, she said, voice cracking. I heard Lu Zhen plan to frame you for embezzlement next week. I heard him laugh about how easy it would be once I divorced you. She faced the room again. Meeting adjourned, she said coldly. Everyone out. Except Lu Zhen. Security appeared like magic. Lu Zhen tried to run. 2 guards grabbed him. This is insane, he shouted. She's lying. She's sick. Qingqing walked up to him until they were an inch apart. I don't need to be sick to know you're a thief, she said. I just needed to listen. Then she looked at me, only me. I'm sorry I was quiet, she whispered. I was listening to make sure I got every snake in this room. My knees almost gave out. She heard that thought too. Chapter 6, The Night She Chose Me. I stood outside the glass doors of the boardroom, hands in my pocket. Emergency board meeting. Now, she said. The room went dead quiet. 20 directors turned in their chairs. Lu Zhen stood at the far end, arms crossed, looking smug. Qingqing, what is this about? Her mother snapped. We're in the middle of... Shut up, mother. Qingqing threw a thick folder on the table. Papers slid everywhere. Lu Zhen, you have exactly 10 seconds to explain why you moved 300 million yuan to an offshore account last month. Lu Zhen's smile froze. What are you talking about? That's absurd. Don't. She stepped closer. I heard you thinking about it yesterday when you stood next to me. As long as Lin Yuan takes the fall, no one will notice the money is gone. Remember that thought. The room gasped. Someone dropped a pen. Lu Zhen laughed, but it cracked. She's lost her mind. The tumor surgery made her crazy. Wrong, Qingqing cut in. The surgery let me hear the truth. Every lie you told yourself. Every time you pictured me as your wife after you got rid of mine. She turned to the directors. Vote. Right now. Lu Zhen is fired, effective immediately. Security is outside. 2 guards stepped in. Lu Zhen's face went white. You can't do this, he shouted. Your mother promised me. My mother doesn't own this company anymore. Qingqing's voice shook with fury. I do. And I'm done letting her sell me to you. Mother stood up, trembling. Qingqing. We had an engagement arrangement since you were children. There was never an engagement. Qingqing screamed. Tears fell, but she didn't stop. You told me if I didn't marry Lin Yuan for the merger 3 years ago, you would ruin his life. So I did. I thought he was a spy you planted. I thought he didn't love me. I was wrong. She turned. Her eyes found me through the glass. She walked straight to the door, pulled it open, and grabbed my hand in front of everyone. Lin Yuan is my husband, she said, loud enough for the whole room to hear. The only husband I ever had. The only one I want. My throat closed. I couldn't speak. She faced the room again. Anyone who insults him again answers to me. Anyone who sides with Lu Zhen is gone today. Lu Zhen lunged forward. Qingqing, listen. Take him out, she ordered. The guards dragged him away. He kept yelling my name like a curse. Silence. Then Qingqing looked at me. Tears rolled down her cheeks. I heard everything, she whispered. Every night you cried in the shower so I wouldn't hear. Every time you thought, if she hates me, at least she'll be free. Every time you called yourself worthless because my mother said it. I tried to pull my hand away. Qingqing, you don't have to. I do. She held tighter. I heard you suffer for 3 years because of me. Never again. Her voice cracked. The mind reading is fading. By tomorrow it might be gone. But I don't need it anymore. I believe you. I believe your heart. Someone in the room started clapping. Then another. Soon the whole board was on their feet. Mother sank into her chair, face gray. Qingqing didn't look at her. She looked only at me. I'm sorry, she said, so soft only I could hear. I was scared to love you back. I'm not scared anymore. I finally found my voice. You just destroyed your mother's dream for me. I destroyed a nightmare, she said. And I choose you. She stepped closer, right there in front of everyone, and kissed me. Not on the cheek. Not a polite brush. A real kiss. The first one she ever gave me willingly. When she pulled back, her forehead rested against mine. Take me home, husband, she whispered. Our home. Not the mansion. The little apartment you kept for yourself. I want to start over where no one can hurt you again. I couldn't stop the tears. Okay, I said. Let's go home. And for the first time in 3 years, she held my hand like she never wanted to let go. Chapter 7. When Karma came for Lu Jin. I stood in the airport waiting hall, hands in my pockets, watching the departure board like everyone else. Qingqing had forced me to come. You need to see the end with your own eyes, she'd said, squeezing my fingers so hard they hurt. Lu Jin rushed past security, dragging a silver suitcase. His face was sweaty, eyes wild. He didn't see us at first. Then his phone rang. He answered, still walking fast. Grandma, I'm at the airport, I'll call you when I land. Old Madame Lu's voice crackled loud enough for half the hall to hear. Lu Jin, the police are right behind you. I gave them everything. Every transfer, every fake contract. It's over. He stopped dead. What? Grandma, what are you saying? I knew the day you started stealing from Qingqing's company. I waited. I wanted you to feel safe first. Her old voice was ice. Turn around, boy. Lu Jin spun. 2 officers in plain clothes were already 10 steps away. No, this isn't happening. He dropped the suitcase and ran. People screamed as he shoved them aside. I didn't move. My heart was strangely quiet. They tackled him near gate 17. His face hit the floor hard. Lin Yuan, he screamed the second he saw me. This is you. You did this, you bastard. I just looked at him. I didn't say a word. One officer yanked his arms behind his back. Lu Jin, you're under arrest for embezzlement and fraud. He kept shouting while they dragged him past us. I'll get out. I'll ruin you. Both of you. You hear me, Lin Yuan? This isn't over. Qingqing stepped forward, blocking his path. It was over the moment you thought you could buy me. His eyes went wide. Qingqing, baby, please. Don't. She looked down at him like he was dirt. You lost the right to say my name. They pulled him away. His screams faded down the corridor. My phone buzzed. Mother-in-law. I showed Qingqing the screen. She took it from my hand and answered. Qingqing. Darling. Madame Xia's voice was shaking. I just heard, Lu Jin, he said such awful lies about you and that useless husband. Stop. Qingqing's voice was calm, cold. He didn't lie about the money. He lied about everything else. Silence. Then, sweetheart, I was wrong. I see it now. Please come home. Bring Lin Yuan. I'll apologize properly. We're family. Qingqing looked at me while she spoke. You lost the right to be my mother the day you slapped him in front of the entire company. But you called him trash for 3 years. You told me to divorce him every single. I sit on the edge of our bed, staring at the divorce papers I kept hidden in the drawer for almost a year. The paper is crumpled now, edges soft from how many times I opened and closed it. Qingqing walks in wearing my old gray t-shirt, hair still damp from the shower. She stops when she sees what I'm holding. Lin Yuan, her voice is so soft I almost miss it. The voices are almost gone. Tomorrow I probably won't hear anything anymore. I nod, throat tight. But you shouldn't have to listen to my stupid head. She sits beside me, close enough that her knee touches mine. I heard the last clear thought today. Yeah. I try to laugh. Was it me thinking about dinner? No, she looks at the papers in my lap. You were thinking, if I still want the divorce, you'll sign right now and leave before I wake up. My heart stops. I wasn't ready for that. She turns to face me fully. So tell me with your mouth, Lin Yuan. Not your thoughts. After everything, do you still want to divorce me? I open my mouth, but nothing comes out. The lie I practiced for months is right there. I can say yes, I can finally set her free like I always planned. She waits. Her eyes are red, but she doesn't cry yet. I look at her, really look. The woman I loved in silence for 3 years. The woman who heard every painful truth I never dared say. No, I whisper. The word scratches my throat. I don't want the divorce. Her breath shakes. Then why are you holding those papers like you're about to hand them over? Because I'm scared, I say, voice breaking. I became the worst husband on purpose so you'd hate me and let me go. I thought that's what you wanted. Freedom from the nobody your mom forced you to marry. She grabs my wrist hard. You think I want freedom from you? You deserve better than. Stop. She almost shouts. Stop deciding what I deserve. I heard you suffer every single day for me. I heard you cry in the shower when you thought I was asleep. I heard you love me so much you were willing to destroy yourself. Tears fall down her face now. Do you know how that felt? Knowing I hurt the only person who ever loved me without wanting anything back. I can't breathe. Ching Ching. Answer me honestly, she says, voice trembling. If I beg you to stay, will you stay? I look at the papers one last time. Then I tear them straight down the middle. Yes, I say, tearing again and again until only pieces rain onto the floor. I'll stay. I was an idiot. The biggest idiot. She makes this broken sound and throws herself into my arms. I catch her, holding so tight my arms shake. I'm sorry, I keep saying into her hair. I'm so sorry. She pulls back just enough to look at me. Kiss me. What? Kiss me like you wanted to for 3 years. I cup her face and do exactly that. Slow, careful, like she might disappear. She kisses me back harder, fingers in my hair, tears mixing with our lips. When we break apart, she rests her forehead against mine. I don't need to read your mind anymore, she whispers. Just don't leave me again. Never, I promise. Never again. She smiles through the tears, the first real smile I've seen from her in years. And for the first time since we got married, she falls asleep in my arms without an ocean of silence between us. I finally feel like I'm home. Chapter 9. The Man I Became, Epilogue, 1 year later. Chapter 9. The Man I Became, Epilogue, 1 year later. Word count, 700. I sit on the balcony of our new apartment, the city lights blinking below us. Ching Ching rests against my chest, her belly round under my palm. 7 months already. Feel that? She whispers, guiding my hand lower. A tiny kick answers. Yeah, I laugh softly. Little troublemaker knows his dad's voice. She, Ching Ching corrects, tilting her head up to grin. I told you it's a girl. You also told me you were only having braised pork ribs for dinner, then ate my share too. That was different. Pregnancy cravings don't count as lies. I kiss the top of her head. She smells like milk tea and the jasmine shampoo she still uses. My phone vibrates on the table. The screen shows Madam Xia. 13th missed call this week. Ching Ching sees it too. Still not answering? No point, I say. She only wants to complain that the old house is too quiet. She made it quiet herself. Ching Ching's voice stays calm. She chose Lu Zhen over us for 3 years. She can live with the silence now. I squeeze her shoulder. She's right. I'm done feeling guilty. Inside, the TV is on low. The news anchor talks about the Qingtian Group's best year ever. Look, Ching Ching nudges me. They're showing your interview again. On screen, I'm wearing the navy suit she picked, talking about new projects. The old me would have been shaking. The new me just smiles. Ching Ching turns the volume up. Xiao Lin, people say you rose overnight. What do you say to that? The reporter asks. Past me on TV answers. I didn't rise overnight. I just stopped hiding how long I'd been standing in the dark. Ching Ching mutes it again. You looked handsome. You watched this morning too. I like hearing you say my husband is brilliant. She pokes my chest. Say it again. You're married to the brilliant Zhou. Louder. You, Xia Ching Ching, are married to the most brilliant CEO in the city. She laughs, Bright and free, the sound I waited 3 years to hear every day. Her phone buzzes next. A message from the prison system. Inmate Lu Zhen's appeal denied. 10 years confirmed. She shows me the screen. Still think about him? Only when I remember how close he came to taking everything, I say. Then I look at you and the baby and I stop caring. Good. She deletes the message. He lost. We won. End of story. Night deepens. We move inside. She changes slowly, everything is slow now, and climbs into bed. Come here, she pats the space beside her. I slide in. She grabs my hand and puts it on her belly again. Tell her good night, she orders. I lean close. Good night, little princess. Daddy loves you. Another kick, stronger. She heard you, Ching Ching smiles in the dark. She always hears you. Just like her mom used to, I tease. That was temporary. This is permanent. She laces our fingers. I don't need to read your mind anymore, Lin Yuan. I feel you